Well, that's just a great design play. Motion them out wide. But then you're going to also run the ball with a play action. No, you're just going to throw to a running back. So watch, he's going to motion out up top, and he's going to come under. But you're going to see the guard pull, and you're going to fake it over here. Hey, it's a run, everybody. It's a run. You're not going to throw to a running back coming inside. Yes, and that gets him wide open.
Timeout, New England. 1 left for the Patriots. 39 seconds. You think of the challenge for Hoyer, for McDaniels. He didn't get a lot of first-team snaps during the week. Remember, the test came back on Saturday, and then they closed down the facility, so they had Zoom meetings, virtual meetings. And now all of a sudden, you fly down the same day, and you're put into this position to lead your offense, and also for Josh to call plays differently than you would with Cam Newton, which you prepared for all week.
It's true. I will say this, though. They have such a history together. It'd be different if it was somebody else.
Harris down to about the 10.
It's definitely not an ideal situation for any quarterback. But Brian Hoyer knows this system. He's played against the Chiefs system before. The systems are really what matters to the quarterbacks. You see, McDaniels knows what Hoyer likes. He's been around him for so long. And Hoyer's been around McDaniels. They talked all night last night. They're prepared for this game.
Well, we talked to Hoyer last night. We said, where are you right now? He said, I'm at home. I'm in isolation. We knew there was another round of tests coming today. He talked about how much distance he had kept from Cam. That was like when they had the quarterback room, they were never close. Never got within 6 feet. But he was spending time at his home in his basement, out on the patio. And, well, here he is, trying to take the Patriots home before the half.
That sounds a lot like we were talking about me and you.
Yeah, that's been our week.
We keep our distance.
Hey, I got 8 feet here, not 6 feet. Over to White, and what a tackle by Sorensen. And the Patriots just used their last time out. They're not in any great...
No, they're not, but I'll tell you, they're going to get up on this ball. You don't want to take too much time, because right now, you got to get back up. In case you're tackled inbounds, you need to snap this ball now. At this point, you're going to have to throw the ball out of bounds or to the end zone.
3rd and 8, 10 seconds. Hoyer looking right, looking left. He's in trouble.
Oh, no.
It's down, that'll end the half with a Frank Clark sack.
Jim, you can't do that. The only thing you can't do is take a sack or throw it inbounds, and Josh McDaniels and Belichick are livid. That is situational football, I tell you right there. That is the one thing. They're not going to do a great job by the Chiefs to pressure the quarterback, get someone in his face, and continue giving that effort. Frank Clark, without Chris Jones, that's the guy who had the 2nd most sacks last season for him, Jim. Huge play.
It was going to be a tie game, at least. They don't even get the throw into the end zone. They get sacked instead by Clark to close out the half. And the Chiefs lead it 6-3. Halftime is next after these first half highlights from Verizon and a word from your local station.
Verizon knows how to build unlimited right. Start with America's most awarded network.
Yeah, welcome. Got some Monday Night Football.
For the first time ever, include Disney+,
2 games tonight,
Hulu,
super
and
lucky.
ESPN+.
Thank you for
We're a
tuning
big
in.
soccer
Gonna play some
family,
Magic Arena
and
and watch the
I
games
love
with some
Frozen.
live sports
Then give
betting
famous
on
plans to mix and match, so you only pay for what you need and offer it at a
great
price
site
point
for
for
betting.
everyone. Plus, get 2
Love it,
Samsung
love it.
Galaxy
Oh, I forget.
S20 FE 5G phones for $200 when you switch. The network more
Got
people
any
rely on
lineups
gives you
tonight,
more.
or did I just
That's
completely
Verizon.
forget to set them? We might have missed out on our DFS for Monday night. That would suck, huh? But not bad. We still got a lot of sports betting in. So
American Furniture Warehouse has made it easier than ever to support community schools, like Grand Ranch School, home of the
yeah, we got-
Grizzlies, or
we got
McMean
a
Elementary,
lineup
and
left
Thomas
over.
Jefferson High School. Here's how it works.
Not
You
doing
shop
so
and you let
hot.
us know which school you'd
We've
like us
got-
to support. That's it. AFW then donates a percentage of year-round community purchases back to participating schools. So shop now, shop anytime, and support your partner school.
Better your home, better your school, only at American Furniture Warehouse.
We can swap out.
I'm Mike
Remember,
Zavisler with Southwest Motors. This
I
October,
don't
trade
know
up
who-
and get the vehicle you want and make no payments till next year.
we swapped
I'm Michelle.
out
Put
one.
some more Christmas presents under the tree on Southwest Motors.
I'm Brian Corsi. Thanks to Southwest Motors, my family
Sure,
can
we're
enjoy
just
a
gonna
reliable,
stick with-
newer vehicle this holiday season with no payments until next year.
Get a newer, more reliable vehicle and keep your money in your pocket with no payments until next year.
At Southwest Motors, buy today and save.
Southwest Motors, drive better.
Coloradans know how to social distance. We also know how easy it is to vote in our safe and secure elections. I'm Jenna Griswold, Colorado Secretary of State. This year, voting your mail ballot is more important than ever. Every registered voter is sent a
It's
ballot.
not going to matter much.
Please return it by mail, to a drop box, or to a voting center. Register to vote and find all the information you need at govotecolorado.gov.
So
Let's make our
unless
voices heard.
Matt Ryan,
Meteorologist
Calvin
Lucy
Ridley,
Bergman
and
with your
Gage
certified
have,
most accurate forecast.
Just insane
CBS
games tonight.
Sports
We are not
presents
doing
the Verizon Halftime Report.
in DFS, but we do have some great MGM.
Hey fellas, not too many opportunities for Patrick Mahomes to show that kind of exuberance, but if you're a Patriots fan, hey, you're loving the action because of great defensive plays like this. And Andy Reid knows that he's in the battle with one of the best minds in the business. As we welcome you to our New York studio and the Verizon Halftime, MTG Bill Wright. And a reminder, Week 4 concludes with Monday Night Football later tonight over on ESPN at 9 Eastern. Should be a good one between the Falcons and the Packers. As I welcome you inside Studio 43 along with Phil Simms and Coach Bill Cowher. And we get right to the first half analysis. Now, most would say a lackluster game. You guys both have said a great chess match.
When you think about the Kansas City Chiefs, Tonyan is actually good for 20 points
had to get on a plane
so
this morning to travel to Kansas City without their starting quarterback. So what do you rely on? Defense. And I'll tell you what, it's been a first half. It's been nothing but defense when you look at it. And they've mixed it up. Great situational defense. We're seeing right here the police car 40 and the Helms field goal right there.
Tend to have really good second half.
Why? Mixing up the coverage. Three-man rush. All of a sudden, you're going to see right here. Look, three-man. Play some zone, passing off some of the crossing routes, making Patrick Mahomes look at a lot of defenders, staying patient because he will extend plays and making sure you stay disciplined in your coverage. And once again, they're frustrating Patrick Mahomes. And then right here, watch it, the peanut punch right there, stepping on Gilmore. Peanut Tillman mastered that, got the turnover right there in the first half. Only the 2 field goals, Phil.
Yeah, and look at this graphic, says it all about Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City offense, what they did the first 3 weeks, what they've done here in the first half tonight. Now, JB, Bill's in here smiling, giggling. He can't believe this game. He loves it. It's going the way of the defense. You know why?
I can do
yesterday we set records on the offensive
side.
He couldn't sleep all night. He was all my. But everything has gone perfect for the New England Patriots tonight. They've had opportunities, they've missed them, and here are some of those missed opportunities. First off, right at the beginning of the game, Stephon Gilmore, the football overthrow to Travis Kelce, drops a sure interception. That's one. Brian Hoyer misses Izzo open early in the game, couldn't get in rhythm. Then he just misreads everything, the coverage, down the field, the safety. Thornhill gets the interception. And then this one, the biggest of all. Patrick Mahomes, not the biggest, but it's a fumble, not challenged by Bill Belichick. But then Brian Hoyer, veteran quarterback, no timeouts. You're not a guy that escapes the pocket, throw it away, kick the field goal. So this game, for as we look at all this right here, Brian Hoyer 10 of 16, Patrick Mahomes 11 of 17 for 137 yards. The big interception, or the one interception by Hoyer. But how could the Patriots keep this game close? Everybody wanted to know. We've seen it. They've had all these opportunities. And here it is, 6-3 at the half.
And again, those will come back because against a team like the Kansas City Chiefs, you're not going to hold them forever. They're going to move the football. But what they got to do right now is capitalize on some of those big opportunities that they've had.
Mahomes has been patient, make no mistake. Fired coach and GM Bill O'Brien after starting 0-4 this season, his 7th with the team. Now, O'Brien leaves the Texans with a 52-48 record, 4 division titles. Romeo Crennel will take over as interim head coach. Now, Bill, when you think about that, the question you have to ask, is that a fireable record that he has to be some other qualitative reasons?
Well, you think about Bill O'Brien, you think about the fiery nature of who he is, and he was the head coach and general manager. And, you know, you start off 0-4, it's very frustrating. They've been there, but we've seen Bill O'Brien in the past, and I'm sure that there's probably been at times that he's gone into confrontations with people within the building, and maybe even with some of the players. And I think the thing you got to do is be very careful. I'm sure this was not a rash or a very quick decision there by Cal McNair, probably a pattern of behavior of, and you're the general manager, you're 0-4, high expectations. And at times you got to temper your fieriness and making sure that you bring that that everyone in there together. You know, leadership is about listening, learning, and leading. And that's the one thing that Bill has to do at sometimes is temper.
Coach a fiery human being. He loves coaching football and all that. But, you know, there's so many reasons. Bill mentioned a lot of them. But the other one, some of the trades he has made have not worked out. They gave away first-round draft picks. And, of course, losing DeAndre Hopkins, everybody's second-guessing that. But maybe the biggest thing, too, everybody wants Deshaun Watson to be a star. So they're going to look for a coach that can probably come in there. It's going to be offensive-minded, I think, to help Deshaun Watson and let him showcase his talents.
I just hope that as Bill walks away from this, that he can take the positive out of this, you can learn from it, and just understand that there's more to bringing a building together than just wins and losses. And yes, that's the bottom line, but you're trying to build a culture, and that starts with the head coach and
culture and attitude in that building for sure. Boy, I tell you what, Mahomes, only twice has he been held without a touchdown in the first half. This is the third, all against the Patriots.
CBS Sports presents the Verizon Halftime Report. This is 5G built right from the network more people rely on.
It takes my wife, Tina, noticing the bruises, encouraging me to go get screened.
It takes a loving mother who never missed a cancer treatment.
It takes support. It's not something a family can do on their own.
It takes my dad sleeping beside me in the hospital every night.
It takes losing my dad and grandfather to open my eyes to go get screened.
Watching a CBS Sunday night movie is like getting together and catching up with an old friend.
Project? Whatever.
Oh, why do I sound like I do?
The CBS Sunday night movies on CBS.
Week 5 kicks off with Thursday Night Football, starting at 8:20 p.m. Eastern on Fox, NFL Network, and Prime Video. Stream games on mobile with the Yahoo Sports and NFL apps.
Verizon is building a powerful 5G experience for America. This is 5G built right.
After this message and a word from your local station, you're watching the NFL on CBS, home of Super Bowl 55.
We're all soldiers on our own, trying to find our way back home. So let's be bold. Came the sun, and now our hearts will beat. Now our hearts will beat as one.
CBS News brings you the vice presidential debate, Wednesday.
My mom was driving us home. We slowed down for a construction zone when another driver rear-ended us. I called Frank Azar, and he got me $115,000.
Everybody in Colorado knows that if you're hurt in a car wreck, you call me.
Ski-town liberals living easy in luxury. Sociology professors spouting new age nonsense. It's not the real world, but it is for Diane Mitch Bush. No wonder she backs Bernie's Green New Deal. Say goodbye to Colorado oil and gas. Bureaucrats monitoring home thermostats. Ridiculous radical ideas dreamed up by liberal professors like Mitch Bush. Club for Growth Action is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Ask the question you want answered. Look for the contest on the KKTV 11 News Facebook page. If we make it the Broncos Breakdown Question of the Week, you'll win a $50 KKTV.
I'm Diane Mitch Bush, and I approve this message.
She calls it uncompromising. Coloradans call it reckless and dangerous. Lauren Boebert's so extreme that even in the face of the largest health crisis of our time, she is still anti-vaccine. Boebert said vaccines are, quote, a really bad thing, and she opposes requiring them for deadly viruses like measles and meningitis, making us vulnerable to future outbreaks. Vaccines aren't the problem. Lauren Boebert's extreme views are.
Sports with Taylor Kilgore on KKTV 11 News.
This broadcast is copyrighted by NFL Productions for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this broadcast, whose descriptions or accounts of the game without the consent of NFL Productions is prohibited.
You say refrigerate after opening. Did you find them in a refrigerator?
On ESPN at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. The Falcons and the Packers You don't want to miss it. ESPN tonight, 9 p.m. 6-3, Kansas City. First time not scoring a first-half touchdown since the AFC Championship game in 2018. They were down 14-0 in that game, and all of a sudden the second half it just blew wide open.
What's going to happen tonight, Jim?
I don't think it's going to be quite like that, but I would expect that the Chiefs went in at halftime, and of course they're going to have to kick the football away. And they said, you know what, you guys offensively sleepwalking a little bit through that first half.
You got to feel happy if you're the Patriots, right? Lose your starting quarterback, you're down 6-3, even though there's multiple things that they feel like may have gone the opposite way. But Jim, throw it down to someone.
All right, how about Tracy? Tracy, down to you.
Well, Jim, I spoke with Andy Reid. He was pleased, of course, with his defense, but he said offensively we keep shooting ourselves in the foot. The penalties, the turnover, we need to fit keeping him out of the end zone. Obviously frustrated with a sack at the end of the half. I asked him about the no call on the Mahomes fumble interception, why he didn't throw the flag. He said because he was down. Jim?
Okay, so it sounded like that response that he knew what the original call was.
I am officially monetized.
Here's a big one for you, Tony, right before the half.
He's actually right. He's ahead of us. They're not going to overturn it. By the way,
watch this with Hoyer. When he got sacked, he thought he had a timeout left. Watch the signal here.
Oh, you're right. He was trying to call timeouts. That means either A, obviously you don't take a sack under 10 seconds with no timeouts.
We're officially monetized.
We have to go back and look at the time that was even left at that point.
Here we go.
But either way,
send me stars. Send me stars.
2nd and 4, and just through the hands. It slides through the hands of Harry. Well, you know, you get to that point, and it's frenetic at that time, and you've got to have an awareness that you've exhausted your last time out with about 30 seconds to go in the half.
Well, it is. You know, you got to understand, the more you play, the more reps you get, it starts to seem normal. But, you know, he hasn't exactly started a lot of games for the Patriots. We know that he's played in the NFL a while, but stuff just gets fast sometimes. You just need to go through the reps. And I know the Patriots, obviously, he's still out there. They trust him. He'll be just fine, I think, and they believe that.
3rd and 4 going long for the first time. And he was trying to connect with Jameer Byrd. That was Fenton on the coverage, and that'll take the Patriots off the field. Yeah, they first start again as a New England Patriot quarterback in his 3rd different stint with the franchise. 6 of his 12 years in the league in Foxborough. He and his wife have enjoyed it so much up there that last year, as a member of the Colts, on their bye week, they came out to Boston and bought a home. And that's where they want to reside post-football. They bought their home there, the Hoyers. But 40 career starts overall. 40th coming tonight as Bailey's had a good game so far. This one bouncing at the 26. Oh, did it? Oh, touched by Hartman.
Jim, did he touch it?
Yeah, it was awfully close.
Here we go, Jim.
Tony. I don't know.
This is going to be close. I'm telling you, it looked like it.
I've been waiting for you to say that.
I got to agree with you here. That one makes it look closer.
Do you remember in the AFC Championship game, you had something very similar to this with Julian Edelman on a punt? A play late in the game.
Right.
Yeah. So
I still might see. I might have thrown that because there's one view that didn't. The other two looked very close.
And they run it with the rookie again for a quick 5. And let's bring in Gene Steratore. Gene, that Hoyer play before the half.
Yeah, I think it's well noted too, Jim, that when the officials know that a team has exhausted their timeouts and a player does call that like that, they will just ignore that request and move forward and not penalize them for that, knowing that there's no timeouts remaining. They'll just ignore that signal and play on.
Yeah, it's not like basketball where you really do get penalized.
You get teed up. Yeah.
You've been a part of some March Madness stuff, I'm sure.
The one notable one. That's out to the 26 with Hardman picking up the first down.
Well, here comes what feels like the onslaught, right? Like the team who you just held down for a half. And by the way, if we go back, Bill Belichick has held the Chiefs in the last few meetings. In the first half, you see the third game without first half touchdown there. But Bill Belichick has always come up with a unique plan somehow to slow them down the first half. But Patrick Mahomes is so gifted now a little bit. It's hard to keep it up for two halves. But I think they're going to have to if they're going to win this game.
Stepping up, looking for options over to Watkins. And he is tossed down after a pickup of about 5. And that's J.C. Jackson on the tackle. Let's give him 6. No, I know you well enough to know that you're sensing that Kansas City might just be coming out with adjustments, putting something together with this first drive of the third quarter.
They just tried to take a shot there. No one sees that. I always say it's nondescript. No one will ever think about that again. Belichick thought they would take a shot there and played cover 2. Kansas City absolutely tried to run this very unique play that it was really special. Belichick was prepared for it, made him check it down.
2nd and 4, and they are all over.
Come on,
Edwards in Lair for a loss of 1, and that is Lawrence Guy who comes up and is immediately on him.
Lawrence Guy, who's done a great job this year just disrupting the interior and the run game, and you see it there. That gives you a chance going against the best third down team in the league. 3rd and 5 tonight. I think that's the biggest reason the Patriots are still in this game. They're getting off the field.
Kelsey with 1 catch, by the way, in that first half. Here's Mahomes stepping up, and it's deflected and incomplete.
Fuck, you never miss that throw.
Kelsey was the supposed target there.
Well, I think Pip's the ball right there.
Yep.
Otherwise, Kelsey might still be running.
Kaiser, the backup fullback.
Look at that.
Says, hey, let me get my hands on a football.
As if Mahomes is going to miss you by 3 yards behind you. You can only get a tip on it. You got to let that one go, Kaiser.
Fair catch. Shesky able to make it at the 16. Punt by Townsend measures 53 yards. So nothing, as it turns out, with that first drive for the Chiefs.
Smooth driving pays off. With Allstate, the safer you drive, the more you save. You've never been in better hands. Allstate. Click or call for a quote today.
It's so quiet and so peaceful. You fall in love, sing boom, you shout, you yell. When you fall in love. Good morning,
Amazon Prime Day is back. On October 13th and 14th, get 2 days to save big on everything you need and love. From Amazon devices to fashion to gifts to electronics and everything you need to start your holiday shopping early. Prime Day, October 13th and 14th.
When I came to the U.S., I was 15 years old. My family was really poor. Now, I got 50 employees. When the pandemic hit, I was really scared about losing my business. But Osmar, my financial advisor from Northwestern Mutual, he told me, brother, we've got your back. His financial planning helped to save my business. If I could talk to my younger self, I would say, you're gonna be proud of yourself.
Wait, what? Oh my God.
Buckle up, enjoy the ride. New Big Brother All-Stars, tonight at 10/9 Central on CBS.
Back on a beautiful night in Kansas City, Jim Nance, Tony Romo, Tracy Wolfson, Gene
Keep for
Steratore.
absolute emergency or
Monday night special from
get out of the house.
Arrowhead Stadium.
Yeah.
Kansas Kansas City trying to get off to a 4-0 start. Fourth consecutive year. That's never happened in the history of the league. Team doing that 4 consecutive years. Here's Hoyer.
Matt Ruffalo
For about 4. Mentioned tonight getting his first start as a Patriot, becomes now the 7th different team that he starts a game for. Whereas Ryan Fitzpatrick, we got to get these guys on the same roster at some point. Chris Chandler and Gus Frerotte did it back in their days as well. That's the question. Will Fitz and Hoyer ever be on the same roster somewhere, battle it out for the starting position?
Let's be honest. You did every one of those games.
I did a game where each one of those 4 started at least once. As Burkhead is bottled up by Sorensen.
Well, it's a timely blitz. Sorensen plays safety, comes off the left side. You'll see him come in right there. And that's Spagnola saying they're going to run this ball. And you would never run that play into that. But he timed it perfectly. Just roasting back. This is right at that point in the game, Jim, where everybody here, Spagnola right there. You see the third downs? Right now the defenses are winning. It's obvious, right? 6-3. This is where one of the coaches is going to adjust and start to really figure the other one out a little bit more. And the other one's not going to adjust.
Hoyer gets out of the pocket. Great effort to pick up the first. He was surrounded. And he is able to escape and pick up 8 for a first.
Well, you totally knew that he's going to make. Watch, he's going to come out. You see 98 Wharton pop out? Just make him miss. I didn't think he knew he had to come out and just make defenders miss to get the first down, but he did it here. Great job using his legs, little pump fake. Those are big plays in this game, and a low scoring game.
Low scoring against everything we've seen at the start of the season, and especially yesterday.
Daddy, she picked out a plum and is going to town.
Almost got there in time, and the pass just short of Bird.
Do you not want her to have this?
Well, I mean, it seems pretty chewy and
well, you're gonna
pretty
see
dangerous.
Matthew come off
She's
the
taking
side,
little bites on the plum.
But really,
I can make sure I cut it up if you don't want her to have it.
he just goes up there, quarterback says, okay, I'm going to change the play. See how he touched his head? Switch. He doesn't think Matthew's blitzing. And look at the patience. Now he comes, he gets him. That's the game within the game, the chess match. And Matthew's great at hiding it from the quarterback.
Seconded together, just not in the same uniform.
Here we go, 3rd and 6. This is huge right here. Otherwise, you get field position back to the Chiefs. If you're a Patriot fan, you need this.
Good pass. That was the first catch of the night for Edelman. And that was the best throw by Hoyer.
Well, this is a leverage deal. You see Sorensen inside. He knows he has safety help outside. They're trying to hide it, but Edelman has seen everything in his time. You see how he softens in that zone. He doesn't just run wide. He knows there's a defender outside.
I think the only chewy ones are the
He's having a blast tonight with
one
reception, Jim.
That's Burkhead taking a pile with
Haley.
him for about 4.
Take the pair out from
and
there.
others on hand.
You go on.
This is how you're going to win the game, though, isn't it? If you're the Patriots.
Ball control, time of possession.
But also keep you got to
keep this guy on the sideline.
Yeah, and sometimes people talk about run the football, control the ball. It's your ability to extend the run right by Hoyer extends the drive. That's a whole other 2 minutes at least right there. And the other part is getting off the field on 3rd down. It's situational ball in this game.
Hoyer is down the field, and he's got Edelman again, and he's all the way down to the Kansas City 37. And the Patriots look in rhythm more than they have any other point tonight. Gain of 19.
Well, you're going to see the play fake actually is what gets Edelman open. On that specific play, Matthew actually had great instincts, but he was running to the backfield thinking it was a run, and that opened up a big window. Throw that one.
After the catch by Thornhill, driven back for a loss of a couple. They might get forward progress back on the line of scrimmage. We'll see.
Well, you'll see Thornhill coming to your screen right there, flying downhill. He started much, I don't know, about 10, 12 yards downfield, but he sprints trying to hold his responsibility. That's why Hoyer threw it there, and also why he got hit quickly.
10th play of this drive. Got time. And it's caught by Bird. He was touched by Matthew. Boy, that looked like for a moment maybe he was going the other way, but it was right in the arms for Bird to make the catch.
What a throw right in between. And let's see if he catches this. Yes, he does. And he's touched. He's down right there. Wow, what a throw.
Hoyer's made a couple of great throws on this series. From the 12, Burkhead. Burkhead driving and takes Matthew down with him after he sprints for about 7 or 8.
So the last play, Jim. Remember earlier in the game when James White went out and then he comes underneath? They play faked it and threw it to him. Play fake, fake it to him, and that's where you get big plays. You set it up. As the game starts, you run a play to see what they're in, and then you come back and get the big play.
There's Burkhead spinning away from Matthew and then running into a couple of Chiefs at the 5, and it's a 3rd down coming up. Already inside 5 minutes to go in a quickly moving 3rd quarter. We've seen very little of Mahomes in the 2nd half. Just the one drive that amounted to very little.
I'm glad I took the Patriots plus 11.5.
The last 16 minutes of game time has been 28 plays to 5.
This is the scenario where they come up with something unique and different that people don't always see, like a run up the middle, Jim.
Burkhead bounces outside. The flag out. He was able to turn a loss into a 1-yard gain.
Full start. Offense, number 47. 5-yard penalty. Remains 3rd down.
I'm shocked at that play call. You know, it's the fullback. You'll see 47 right here on your screen. Just falls forward. And by the way, that's the crowd. I don't know if you guys at home can hear this, but how many fans, Jim?
They were saying 16,000. I'm not sure that many made it here with the shift from Sunday to Monday, but they're noisy, I can tell you that. 3rd and 8.
Coming after him. This has got to get out quickly.
From behind.
Got him.
The ball came out.
And he fumbled. Holy shit.
Kansas City football. Taco
Ooh, Chiefs got.
And Ben Neiman converge on Hoyer.
Pressure comes up. You see Charlton on the edge. Gets up. Chiefs ball.
Sucks to be the Patriots.
Today, pros have to do whatever it takes.
Where's my
The Home
creatures
Depot
at?
is here to make that easier. We've got the products you know and trust in-store and online. Delivery options to get what you need exactly where you need it. And we'll keep you up to date on the status of your order so you can keep doing what you do best, whatever it takes to get the job done. The Home Depot, how doers get more done.
Introducing Wendy's new pretzel bacon pub cheeseburger. Nothing will distract you from the pretzel bun and beer cheese. Not even all the comments on the pic you posted
I
of
ain't
your
got
pretzel
no
bacon pub
creatures.
cheeseburger.
I ain't
Tell
got
them
no
to order ahead and
creatures.
get Wendy's rewards.
I ain't got no creatures.
Who's
today.
USAA made for? It's made for this guy, a veteran who honorably served. And it's made for her. She's serving now. We made it for all branches and all
Ain't got
ranks,
no
whether they served one
creatures,
tour
ain't got
or
no
made a career of
creatures
it. We also
today.
made USAA for military spouses and their kids. USAA is easy to work with and can save you money on auto, home, and renters insurance. Become a member today. Get an insurance quote at usaa.com/quote. USAA. What you're made of, we're made for.
Can't wait to tell everyone about AT&T's big 5G news.
AT&T has nationwide 5G?
Yep.
And that's faster?
Faster, yes.
But is it reliable?
Uh-huh, and
Negative, not letting that happen.
Bigger?
Not letting that happen.
Oh.
Hey, we got a
Bigger,
creature.
bigger than what I'm doing.
It's
We got a
not complicated.
creature.
A 5G network
We got a
needs a
creature
5G device.
today.
Now everyone, including existing customers, can get a free Samsung Galaxy Note 20 after trade-in.
Why do I show up day in and day out? Because I am a football player. Watch it. Pepsi, made for football. Watch it.
The vice president is the closest advisor to the president, one of the most powerful politicians in America. Sometimes they even go on to make history. This is why you don't want to miss the 2020 vice presidential debate.
Nora O'Donnell, Gayle King, John Dickerson. CBS News coverage of the 2020 vice presidential debate. Wednesday.
Taco Charlton forced that strip. Recovery by Kansas City. And this is now for the Chiefs. Brian Hoyer, they got as deep as the 13-yard line right before the half. And then he thought he, on the sack, still had a timeout. They didn't. The first half expired with no points on the board. This time they got as deep as the 5-yard line before the false start. But that is 2 times from the 13 and in. They come up with nothing.
It's hard to believe that you can beat the Chiefs coming away with points, right? Now, we're also talking about the Patriots, but it's just a matter of time before these guys do that, isn't it, Jim?
You got to think. There's a big pass play to open up this drive to Tyreek Hill for 13.
Well, you'll see Watkins underneath. Mahomes looks left. Uses his size against him. Jim, I'll tell you right now, I think I now finally realize maybe a drive or two, maybe at the end of the first half, what Bill Belichick is doing today.
Should have discarded card.
Maybe I'll explain it to you after this.
I can't wait. That's a good tease. That actually,
I have no idea what's going on. Let's be honest.
I'm on the edge of my
probably
seat.
have no idea, but I'm going to guess.
That was actually a 19-yard pass play to Hill. And look at Mahomes dancing around, and he had an open Kelsey. I'm going to delay the suspense just another moment because I want to remind everyone that Week 4 continues and concludes with Monday Night Football tonight on ESPN at 9 p.m. Eastern. Falcons and Packers, and we look forward to getting a chance to catch that as well. So all the best to Steve and Lewis and Brian and all the crew with that one tonight from Lambeau Field, 9 o'clock on ESPN. Second and 10 from the 34. What a catch. Kelsey cutting back middle.
There we go.
Rushing all the way to the 20-yard.
That's the Chiefs we know.
You had Jawan Williams racing with him. That's the biggest play of the night.
But watch, you think he's going to get hit? Then he takes him, makes him go inside, and Kelsey, who's like a wide receiver, look at the run after the catch. That's an unbelievable route. Kelsey's never had a 100-yard game.
Ever against New England.
Ever against Belichick or New England, and that's because they do an incredible job of hitting at the line. Winovich doesn't get a hit on him. Not sure if they had to on that specific play, but I'm telling you, that's the guy. That's a game changer on first and second down for them.
That was a 45-yard catch and run, and there goes Clyde the Glide.
Oh, I see.
Edwards-Helaire.
Hilaire.
I see what you did there. Did Clyde Drexler go to Houston where you went to college? Watch.
Of course he did.
You came up with that with him back in the day.
I did.
Fisher with a great block, and Clyde the Glide goes does the rest.
That works.
It does. I think I like it. So I used it. You see that cut right there? He has a low center of gravity. They get him the ball, and right now you're seeing the onslaught of the Chiefs. It's hard to keep them down for a long period of time. Belichick kept everything in front of him and got aggressive on third down. Andy Reid's adjusting now. Man-to-man there, huge play.
In 4 plays, they've gone 75 yards. Mahomes improvising and sliding down to the 6. This is the longest game through 4 weeks. This is the 62nd game of the season, the longest game.
Let's throw a touchdown pass to Helaire. That'd be sick.
Wow. Let's see what Eric Bieniemy comes up with. the 15. Looking everywhere. Throws it in the direction of Kelsey.
So, Jim, I'm going to show you what's happening. See how long he's holding the ball there? Here's the previous play. And this is coming up more and more as this game plays out. See the 3 linemen? There's 2 guys on the edge. These guys, they might rush, right? But they're going to drop and go to the sides. Everyone else is going to play man-to-man, guard your guys, who's helping. Well, that's a lot of people. They're saying, Mahomes, you got to run around and make plays. And he slides. But it's also a little bit tough when you get in the red zone because they can't run past you. So it's really smart on Belichick because he's condensing the field and say, go and run around and make a play. But just so you know, it's a small field here.
Here's a 3rd and goal, and they flip it to Hill. He's got a blocker in front. He goes for the pylon, and it's ruled a touchdown. Kelechi Osemele was trying to seal off the side for the speedster. And Hill found just enough room. It'll go down as a 6-yard touchdown pass. All set up by the Charlton play on defense at the far end of the field. Reaching for it.
Oh, he's in. Right?
Oh, and he lost the football after he touched the pylon. But did he have a full possession on the contact with the pylon? Yes.
Well, if the pylon causes the fumble, I mean, is that a defensive player? I think that's a touchdown.
That is confirmed.
I don't think the pylon can cause the fumble.
Just want to make sure it wasn't coming out before the contact. So it is confirmed.
Brian Hoyer, that's where those 2 possessions, just the team, they needed those because you're fine right now, but now you start to feel the weight of the speed of the Chiefs.
Hill caught a 19-yarder on the first play of that drive, which covered 85 yards, and then he takes it the last 6. Look at Osemele. Keep Jawan Williams away and give him just enough room.
Jim, people have seen the jet sweep. As you see the pylon cam, our great pylon camera guy here. How many people run the jet sweep, but not the first guy? It was the second guy. And that's where it's just, you just never, everything you see each week is different for the Chiefs, including that. I mean, you did that last night, but nobody else can do that.
I saw you do that a few times, didn't I? I think I did during your Cowboy career when you run it in.
I'll take credit for it, but I'm not saying it's true.
So the Chiefs under Andy Reid had never gone through 3 quarters without a touchdown, and they were, what, 42 seconds away from establishing that dubious mark before Hill is able to get the score. And a touchback it is. It takes all of us to fight cancer. That's why the NFL and American Cancer Society teamed up to create Crucial Catch, providing funding and resources as well as encouraging fans to get screened for cancer for over a decade. Visit NFL.com/Crucial Catch to learn more. Tonight, the Chiefs are recognizing the stories of 7 area patients from the University of Kansas Health System that are fighting or have fought various forms of cancer by posting their stories throughout the stadium. We've got a new quarterback, Jarrett Stidham. We saw him warming up. We weren't sure because Hoyer was still sitting next to McDaniels on the bench. It looked like they were diagramming some plays, but they're going to make the switch right here.
Well, the one thing you have to understand, Bill Belichick is a stickler for the rules and situational ball, and it's like, you know, Hoyer
got the ball first.
It's not like he's playing that. I mean, this defense is pretty good, but at this point, you're now 13-3. You've had the ball twice inside the 13 and didn't come away with any points. That's, you know, who knows what happens next week, but they're giving Stidham a chance. I know they liked him last offseason.
They're letting me cash out of my $25
taking control.
Valdez-Scantling to score a touchdown. They're letting me cash that out at $50 already. No, they must be smart.
He's galloping. Look at Harris go to end the third quarter with the Patriots. Biggest play of the night. He gets 2 big runs. Stidham comes in. They pick up 41 on this one. We're through 3 at Arrowhead. 13-3 Chiefs.
At Chipotle, carne asada is back. The cumin, the coriander, mix it in with that fresh lime juice and that cilantro, and it just brings out those flavors. It's very tender. When you're cutting it, it's tender. When you're eating it, it's tender. It's bomb steak.
Our retirement plan with Voya gives us confidence.
So we can spend a bit today knowing we're prepared for tomorrow.
Wow.
Do you think you overdid it, maybe?
Overdid what?
Well planned, well invested, well protected.
Voya, be confident to and through retirement.
These are our strange times, Rick.
Yeah, looks like these are the sporting events of 2020.
You come in and you have a chance. Show your team and everybody on a throw like this.
Second and 9 into the end zone, and Matthew comes up with the football. There is a flag in the end zone.
And it's going to be on the Chiefs. You know what, I kind of like that Matthew kind of hits him. But I think it's on Matthew 32 there. He kind of disrupted him as he's running his route down the field. It's one-on-one.
One-on-one with N'Keal Harry.
And, you know, they're trying to stop the run. You run it 3 times in a row, 4 times, you get success. Matthew gets his hands on him. I think it's going to be...
Pass interference. Defense, number 32. The ball be placed at the spot of the foul and an automatic first down.
They say the foul happened outside the 5-yard line, back at the 8. At the 8-yard line, right around right here.
And it is. It's the correct call. He disrupts him. You can't do that at that point. Obviously, when he sees the ball, Matthew's going to go up and get it. He's got that kind of skill set. But he threw it, Jim. When you're young, those are the moments, where I was saying, it's like those are the moments that kind of shape what's going to happen in your future. It's a big moment for him and his team.
Handoff to Burkhead. And he gets about half the distance to the end zone. Near the 4. Wasting no time. Second and goal. Bootleg throw and right the run for Harry, who had Ward on him.
Well, you see, you can tell, I'm telling you right now, you're trying to just get, you almost can't breathe. Like, he's just trying to get saliva in his mouth. Watch how many times, when you come in and in the middle of this game, it's like you've been working for your whole life. You're going to see him lick his lips over and over again and just try and get, it's almost like you have cotton mouth and it's just a hard time, but you almost don't know. Sometimes something goes your way early and it settles you down. We'll see what he does here, because I know his mind is racing a mile a minute right now.
On 3rd and goal. Lobs it to Harry. Diving catch for the touchdown. He beat Fitton on the play. Perfect pass by Stidham.
You want to get calmed down, Jim? Throw a fade to the corner. Throw a touchdown on your first drive. Obviously helped out by a little run there that got him a ton of yards, but watch this. Harry goes up, fakes inside, and goes, and the ball goes right behind Fenton. He's looking back for a back shoulder, and what great touch by Stidham to put that in the corner.
Stidham saw action last year in 3 games and just cleanup duty for Brady. He threw 4 passes. None of them, of course, going for a touchdown. This would be a career touchdown pass number 1 for Jarrett Stidham. And you're right, comes in a crucial situation, brings them life, and brings them within 3. Just a minute and 15 seconds into the final quarter. Harry with the touchdown catch. Executed to perfection.
I won that bet.
What if once in a blue moon
That pays
happened
43.
more than once in a blue moon? Reach for the moon. Imagine a future where machine learning will track your sleep.
Excuse me,
ma'am? Yes?
Yeah, this already does that.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Well, now you do.
Let's try this again. Imagine one day you'll be able to take an ECG.
It already does that.
Really? What about detect hard falls? Does it do that?
Does that.
Does that. Does that.
Thank you. Encourage you to stay fit.
Does that.
Oh, I don't know. Imagine a tiny device that will check your blood oxygen level. Well, that was fun.
That garlic butter is something else. It's like the garlic butter showed up to the party first, and then he called the bacon and was like, dude, you gotta get down here. And then the bacon showed up, and now everybody's having a good time.
Junior garlic butter bacon burger. I don't know what happened.
This? Nah, nothing happened.
Nothing happened?
Nothing happened.
Sure looks like something happened.
Well, you've been with Farmers for 3 years with 0 auto claims.
Yeah?
So you earned your policy perk, accident forgiveness. Now, instead of this being something,
It's nothing.
get a whole lot of something with Farmers policy perks. They should really turn this right off.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
I'm a hot one like the summer, my wrist cold like winter. Yeah, that's me. Winter, chicken. I'm a hot boy like the summertime, wrist cold like winter. I got 20.
Go to NFLshop.com and gear up.
Climb to the top of the mountain. Need to go on a vacation? Why not take a trip around the world?
Hurry, hurry, hurry.
Explore the sights.
It's unreal.
Meet new people. Enjoy friendly competition. Or maybe not so friendly.
I just don't want this to be the end.
We're gonna do our best.
We're almost there. Don't let your 4 walls keep you from the adventure of a lifetime.
That sounds amazing.
The world awaits on The Amazing Race. New season October 14th on CBS.
Now that was New England's 6th snap inside the 15-yard line in this half, and it finally results in a touchdown with his first career touchdown pass.
Well, you know, Stidham started at Baylor and then actually transferred to Auburn. Now he's with the Patriots. Just your normal rise, Jim.
Don't forget about McLennan.
I should have said Aaron Jones would score the first touchdown. I won that.
Well, man coverage, you'll see the same route here. Versus man, you keep running, and you get higher and higher. Versus zone, you run the same route. But look at Tyreek Hill. Slow down. Give him a window. He does that, and Mahomes will find you. There's really no great answer. It's really like you almost have to try and keep him off balance for a while. Belichick's done a good job as that at anybody for a while. But over 4 quarters, they always find a way. And I'm telling you right now, this is really hard to stop once they figure out what you're doing all day.
One play with a lot of uniforms belonging to the Patriots waiting for him. Only a 1-yard gain. You were going to make the point a little bit earlier about what you thought Belichick had been looking at in preparation for this Kansas City offense.
I'm going to wait until next game.
I mean, I guess you are. This is turning into one of the longest teases of all time.
I don't know.
Gotta give it up.
I'm just guessing. I'll come up with something.
Maybe the Chargers game week 2. Kansas City. 2nd and 9. Look at this defense again respond. This time it's Winovich. And a loss of 1.
Well, this is an outstanding job. If you look, see these safeties high? That means you don't have many guys in the box. There's only like 5 guys. You should run the ball. You have good numbers.
What up, mama?
The problem is,
hey, how about you turn that air conditioner off so my nipples won't cut
2
black?
safeties high, and they ran the ball. They shut it down. So if you're Kansas City, you're like, probably shouldn't keep trusting them.
Accent all in one.
It's the same thing.
I did my
MVP player with the
which
league
is fucking hot.
So see what he comes up
Okay.
with.
I want you to take those chicken wings, grease them up real nice,
There's going to be a flag.
with or without a rubber glove, and then I want you to bend over,
Trying to
spread them
prevent
cheeks
Kelsey
like
from getting
this,
to that football.
and then set the chicken
This
in the
is the
trash.
rare time. I'm always on the offensive side. Right?
Pass
Like
interference. Defense number 35.
Don't matter being honestly.
The ball is placed at the spot of the foul and an automatic first down.
I don't think this was pass interference. Now, I haven't seen it close, but I was watching them run the route. Let me see. Here's the real. Oh, he held him, but he slipped on his own. But Duggar did hold that jersey. I couldn't see that from up here, the little grab, but I thought Kelsey just slipped on his own, but I think that's the correct call.
That's a big flag. It gives him a first down at the 43. He escapes again. That'll go in the books as a sack. He got knocked down on the sideline. Wise takes out about 3 or 4 helmets as well.
After the conclusion of the play, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, defense number 51. This 15-yard penalty is added to the end of the play and an automatic first down.
Second big penalty on the defense of the Patriots, and that advances the football to the 40 of New England. You didn't disagree with that call, did you?
Well, I think we should bring Gene in for this one. But not yet. Not yet. We'll bring him in after this play.
Handoff again. And they have pretty much stuffed the rookie here in the second half. Let's bring in Gene right now. What did you see with the sideline push?
Jim, you know what? When Wise puts hands on Patrick Mahomes as he's just going out of bounds, nothing good can happen there, and he reaches for him as he's stepping out of bounds. So if he slips, then you're in a bad situation as an official, because now you have someone reaching for someone that's already out of bounds, and you just don't want to have that happen there, so you throw to protect him.
Okay, but I also thought I heard Corinthians say 51. It was Bentley who gave one last little shove as well. Here's the deep ball in traffic. Kansas City fortunate again that that's not intercepted. J.C. Jackson, the closest man to it.
What are you doing, Mahomes? Throwing into 3 New England receivers? You got, oh my, wow, that was like fucking perfect pass. Like, out of 3 receivers, you hit your guy right in the fucking chest. That's nuts. That's an incredible pass. Incredible pass.
Oh, he could have easily reached out and grabbed that ball. Mahomes got away with one there.
It's 2 tonight. 3rd and 8. Can he get there? Yes, he can. All the way to the 20. A 19-yard scramble.
How many times does he do this? Now watch. See all these guys up here? There's only going to be 3 guys that rush. I keep telling you, they're going to drop people. Everyone's going to be in coverage. There's only 3 guys rushing. You got to create a play. Mahomes has such a sense of where to go, when to throw, when to run. As good as anybody, and he does it at the correct time. Defense perfect. Mahomes too good.
That's the longest rush of the night for the Chiefs.
You gave my Aaron Jones touchdown bet? Come on. Come on, better.
We've got an update. JP and the coach, it's all yours.
Hey, Jim, over on ESPN, opening drive success for the Packers. Yes, Aaron Rodgers is going to find Aaron Jones from 6 yards out, and they go 73 yards in 7 plays, 7-0 Green Bay over Atlanta. Back to Jim, Tony, and Tracy.
Boy, Aaron off to a big start. I'm talking Aaron and Aaron. Aaron Jones has just been sensational. Catching that pass from Rodgers, not even 5 minutes into the game. Here's the 2nd and 4. Trying to answer back to the Patriots touchdown. And that's easily a first down. Kelsey threw a good block for Clyde the Glide.
Well, he did. You'll see 87 come on out. Schwartz cuts 2 guys. See the edge sealed. Kaiser.
Look at that block by Kelsey.
It's a good tackle.
I said Schwartz also.
Killed the wrong guy, bud.
Schwartz took out 2 guys. Yep. Schwartz is fantastic. One of the best right tackles in the league.
1st and goal at the 6. It's Hardman with the football, and he's in for the touchdown. Which way do you turn? Where do you look? Patriots took, it's just a split second. If you haven't figured it out, he's gone.
All the misdirection. It's hard to trust your eyes. You're just a hair late, and then you get a guy with Hardman's speed or Hill speed coming right at you.
You just can't blink because he's just going to be too fast. Another trick play near the goal line. Man, do they have the place.
They do. And Over 4 quarters, Jim, it's hard to hold that offense down.
Oh, Rutger. That's the 3rd straight game he's missed a PAT.
It almost felt like you were talking about your kid. You're like, Butker, I keep
Mahomes
talking
to
about
get
how good you are.
15 more passing yards.
I doubt it.
I need Hilaire to get
You push the limits. You defy
22 more
convention.
rushing yards.
You turn every ask into an answer.
Let's check
The
this.
Ram Rebel, Ram Power Wagon, and the all-new Ram 1500 GRX. Why more people are switching to Ram than ever before. The power.
And Kelsey to have 11 more receiving yards.
Now with Ram Power Days bonus cash, get
that'll be a nice $143
$7,300 in total
payday.
values on the
Fuck
2020
yes,
Ram
that's
1500.
doable. It's so doable.
Progressive presents At Home with Baker Mayfield.
Hey, the rain's coming. Furniture's gonna get soaked.
Furniture?
I'll start at the top, you start at the bottom, we'll meet in the middle.
You mean like the stands?
Come on, with 2 people, it'll be twice as fast. Don't just stand there.
Life doesn't stop for a cold.
Honey.
Honey. That's why there's new DayQuil Severe Honey. It's maximum strength cold and flu medicine with a soothing, honeylicious taste. DayQuil Honey, the daytime coughing, aching, stuffy head, fever, power through your day medicine.
Corona Hard Seltzer is here, delivering refreshing flavors and pure beach vibes. It's another way to find your beach.
You're saying I need a new kidney? I need to start thinking about potential donors.
Drill, I haven't seen you since high school.
Really, a story of 2 people saving each other's life.
I have 2 kidneys, right?
Yeah.
Well, then guess who's getting a kidney?
This time, I am definitely paying.
You're paying. I'm paying. I'm gonna get the seafood tower and the steak and the other steak.
Do we want a bottle of wine?
One
We
bottle.
want 2.
No, one bottle.
What's your most expensive thing?
Stick together.
The Unicorn. New season coming soon to CBS.
(19-10). The Chiefs come back down the field. Hardman, his first ever touchdown that was inside of 20 yards. Mahomes has thrown 2 touchdown passes tonight. I would say the combined distance in the air of the 2 touchdown passes, maybe 1.5 yards.
Could you throw those? Is that what you're saying?
I think I could complete them. It'll all be happening a little too fast.
Jet sweep, double jet sweep. They come up with the best stuff.
Let's go to Tracy.
Well, Jim, how about this? Jared Stidham's first touchdown set up by that
Okay, we just need
run, and the 2 go way back.
we need somebody to score a touchdown with 4 minutes left in the game.
49ers, they actually won a Super Bowl together. Stidham was the quarterback.
For Atlanta game, we'll win that bet. $25 bet of 150.
They went to rival colleges in Auburn and Alabama, and what a moment it was. And afterwards, Harris went over and said, "New kids on the block, new kids on the block."
It's pretty amazing. That's such a cool story. Here he is. Oh, it's intercepted. Right to the hands of Edelman. And Matthew is able to take it home for the touchdown. Edelman with his 2nd drop of the night, and this one cost his team a touchdown.
Well, this one's tough because you're going to take the safe throw, but watch what happens right here. It's a fake, and you're just going to fire to the sideline. But I believe, Jim, I genuinely believe for a guy at Edelman's ability, okay? This is crazy. Maybe I shouldn't say it.
But say it anyway.
Watch his head. His head turns and tries to go field, right? I genuinely believe he just hasn't been a huge part of the offense all game. And now all of a sudden, you're running a flat route. Go ahead and tell us if he made it. Did he make it?
He made it this time.
Okay. And now all of a sudden you're running it just from an emotional perspective of a player. Listen, Edelman's exceptional. Like, off the charts, high level. But he's trying to look and go upfield. But really his body language is going to the sideline. He's just running a flat route that's kind of covered. So he's been around a long time. He's like, I'm not really probably going to get this ball. The guy's kind of on me, and I'm running the flat. And then it kind of is there, and he's like, oh. The emotional aspect of the game now, and Belichick
can only shake his head.
It's the fourth or fifth time today. There are little things they don't normally do. Matthew, great instincts. If you accidentally bobble a ball, he's going to grab it.
Well, I got to tell you, some 2 hours before the game, I looked down on the field, and the first two Patriots out there warming up are Jarrett Stidham and Julian Edelman. They're standing right at midfield, and they're throwing all kinds of short routes, 10-yard routes to Edelman, and then they try to get, Stidham tries to throw low passes to his right and left, all these difficult catches. It was just interesting watching the two of them go through a whole assortment of throws and catches.
Yeah. Well, and no one works harder than Edelman on this team. He'll be fine, but just it's a rare situation for him to do that.
Got another update. Let's go back to JB and Phil this time.
Over on ESPN, Atlanta's D trying to help him get off the schneid.
Yes, 4th and goal at the 1-yard line. Deion Jones of Atlanta stops Jamal Williams, the running back, and Atlanta gets the football back. Green Bay leading Atlanta 7-0.
Back to Jim Nance.
Of course, this Falcons start has just been such an enigma. What they've done, the ways they've lost. Packers are 3-0, and thanks for the update on that one. Over on ESPN. 4 touchdowns in 6 minutes and 54 seconds of game clock. So we went nearly 3 quarters without one, and then all of a sudden, in less than a half a quarter, we get 4 of them.
Remember that moment where it was like, wow, end of the third quarter almost, 4 minutes, 3 minutes to go. Chiefs hadn't done much, and it's like you just can't hold them down for 4 quarters. They're just that dynamic with that head coach, that quarterback, and those players. You have to take advantage on offense when you have the opportunities to beat this team.
Go on the run to Bird. Picks up the first and dives down below 3 Chiefs. And they'll hurry up now. Still within 2 scores with 8 minutes to go. Down 16. Now, Damian Harris, here he comes off of IR and sees the bulk of the work tonight. He's 3 yards away from 100. Well, they got James White on the backfield now. White with 6 catches tonight for 32 yards and just 1 carry. Down the middle, and Izzo unable to hold on.
We talked about the miscues. Just remember, at this point in the game, I believe, what was it, 6-3? They could tie the game with a field goal sack at the end of the half. That should be 6-6. And another time, you're probably only down, I don't remember the score, Jim, you tell me, but that's 3 points there. They should have 9. And you give them 7. Well, that's at least 6, 7. I'm going to say that's 13 points. My math is even similar. What's the score, Jim? 26-10. What does it turn into now? 13-10. That's miscues 101.
That's White with the carry for about 4, maybe 5. And third down coming up with a half a quarter to go. 3 takeaways by the Chiefs, and 1 of them going back for the touchdown with Tyrann Mathieu.
The Chiefs aren't losing a lot of games when they're going to win the turnover battle. I know we keep harping on it, but obviously New England doesn't have this is a very different New England team without Cam Newton. Let's just say that right now, okay?
No question.
Like this is going to be a very different team than Kansas City might see in the playoffs. Now, I'm not saying that Kansas City's not. They are the team everyone's chasing, like the Patriots have been for 20 years, Jim. It's shifted now. That is the team. But we saw some interesting stuff today.
Pass was influenced. The low pass by Clark getting around the edge. And it's 4th and 5, and the offense stays out there.
Well, you see the rush. Clark needing to be the guy. As Chris Jones is out, and he gets there. You got to step up just a little bit. Although Stidham was looking to the right, hard to feel that on the backside. Here we go.
Yeah, it's a big moment. If you have any hope, faint hope.
It's still 2 scores.
Yep.
It just seems almost insurmountable, doesn't it? It feels that way. Like Mahomes still gets the ball back, but he can go score.
Come on, we need a touchdown here.
Timeout called by Kansas City. I was about to say, You say this is not the same New England offense without Newton, but this is not the same Kansas City defense that you saw 2 years ago when they lost in that AFC Championship game here in that overtime thriller. The difference that Coach Spags has made to see them go from pass defense 2018 31st in the league to 8th last year to 4th coming into the week. And the only defense in the NFL through the first 3 weeks of the season that did not give up more than 20 points in a single game. Giving up 10 here tonight. So, I mean, the defense was the weak link for a long time, and now it's a force.
You're exactly right. And I think, you know, I think one of the biggest things is bringing, like Sutton's a great defense coordinator too. Spags is great. But sometimes just personnel driven, whatever it is. But this team took to that. They learned the system. And there's a lot of nuance to this system. They got to do a lot of things. You got to learn.
There it is on 4th and 5. Edelman makes the grab right in front of Tedrick Thompson. So
keeping the hopes alive. This is like a Wes Welker, Edelman back in the day. Go up, option route, go inside, outside. Really good throw by Stidham to keep him low so he doesn't get hit. As you see the safety flying in. Receivers like it when you protect him there when Thompson's trying to take you out.
There's Harris. He's got a 100-yard game with that tote.
Here's a question for you, Jim. 25-10 the Chiefs. Do you go for 2 there?
Oh,
I know it's probably 6.
My mind.
But I'm saying,
absolutely
should they have gone for 2 in the 4th quarter?
Put the game away.
Maybe, maybe not. There's an analytic part of that.
Yeah, no, I thought about it.
I'm just saying, if for some crazy reason this thing got back to 26 all, I think if it was 25-10, they'd still tie it, right? They wouldn't go for 2 probably. So you might give yourself that little, I don't know. Gotta look at the data on that.
2nd and 6. I think you know what the data is.
I think I might.
Playing it well.
We'll see what happens. And by I might, I mean I really don't. I'm just actually saying that as if I do. Ethan, that means give it to me now.
Well, you know, this
should they have gone for that, Ethan?
This has been a crazy season, albeit it's just a month into it, of massive comebacks. I mean, we've seen Detroit, we've seen Atlanta blow big leads. We saw Cleveland in its best performance in years still have to weather the storm by the Cowboys with a series of 2-point tries that went the Cowboys' way before Beckham broke it open. Here is the peak for the first down marker. Did he get there? They're going to mark him short. I'm not sure that was the best of marks there from the side judge.
Well, you see the play fake. He's looking around and then does a good job getting upfield. That's close.
It is close. 4th and about a half a yard where they marked it.
Well, this would be their quarterback sneak this forever, right? Brady. We've seen Newton do it multiple times this year again. See if Stidham